All right, Bo Deal. Glad to have you back.
Man, always a pleasure, man.
Yeah, for sure, man. Well, you brought somebody with you this time.
Yeah, it's my business partner, little brother, Mubutu.
Nice to meet you. What's up? What's up?
We got a lot of stuff going on, a lot of big things going on.
Yes,
Nice
sir.
to meet you, man, for sure.
For sure.
Okay. What all you guys working on?
Well, right now we're working on Tyrant, the series. Hopefully by the time this drop, Tyrant 2 will be out on Tubi. Then we got Tyrant, the series that we're working on. Then we got Clarity's Revenge that we're working on about the beauty salon that he got, a beauty shop, as well as the restaurant he about to open up, and as well as the big birthday bash April 1st at the Promontory. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that's somebody from the city is gonna be there, man. We just, we turning up for the city the right way, you know?
Yes, sir.
Okay. That's what's up, man. All right, well, man, I just probably thought I'd start off with the biggest news going down in Chicago in recent, man. And, the feds picked Lil Durk up maybe about 2 months ago, maybe a little longer than that, man. And, they picked him up on murder for hire, some pretty serious charges. He's looking at life behind bars. And I just wanted to get your initial thoughts on that. And, what was your, what'd you think when you first seen it?
When I first saw it, I felt like it was an unfortunate situation because I knew Durk when he first was on his grind, you know what I'm saying, doing what he doing. He actually met French Montana in my studio when they linked up for the Coke Boys movement, you know what I'm saying? When he was just trying to get his name out there, I brought Yo Gotti to his video shoot, the all-white video that Yo Gotti shot with him, you know what I'm saying? Gotti came with us. I connected the dots and help those little guys out, man, back then. So to see them in a position where they got the world in their hands and watch it crumble like that it's just unfortunate, man. I hate to hear, that type of news, man, when it come down to the shorties in our city, man, because you work so hard to get in a position where you can take care of your family and your kids and your loved ones, and then it goes just like that. It's a vicious cycle that we going through on a regular, and it's crazy because Chief Wook was just at his house today or yesterday.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he's still in constant communication with a lot of the guys that's from that camp, as I am too, with a few of them too.
How did you first meet Lil Durk?
I met Durk when he was with my man. My man was managing him. And Keith was doing a thing. Durk wasn't as hot as Keith was at the time. So I had we did the song Murder with me, Walker, and Chief Keef, and we came to Keith's crib and to shoot the video. Right after that video shoot, maybe a couple weeks later, we was at Power 92, and Durk was in there with his management, and they introduced us to him. And we locked in from there. He was a good little dude. You know what I'm saying? Saying he was humble. He was real humble back then, and just grinding, just wanted it bad.
He was on top of everything. The biggest guy in drill right now, doing the most numbers. It looks like it's going to be a real tough battle for him.
It is, because he gonna really realize that a lot of those guys that you think solid and that you look at as brothers that you probably took care of and did things for, at the end of the day, that all crumbles. You know what I'm saying? When it's my ass or yours, it's gonna always be yours. And I witnessed that firsthand. I went down on a drug conspiracy. It was 24 people on my drug conspiracy case, and 20 people turned states on me. You know what I'm saying? So, it was a blessing that I only ended up getting 8 years in the penitentiary, and mine wasn't a federal conspiracy, which was a lot easier to beat, and the time is a lot more lenient versus the feds. When you get in those federal palms, man, it's hard to come from up under that, man. They tell you as soon as you come in, everybody talk about the sign that you see and say, why do 10 when you can do a friend? You know what I'm saying? They say it's three people, it's three types of people in here. Those that told, those that wish they told, and I think it's those that want to tell but got nothing, they made it to the microphone too late. You know what I'm saying? So it's a whole different ball game. The feds they wicked. They wicked.
Why do the feds got that much, like, I don't want to say power, but it seems like they're much more persuasive to get people to snitch than like the regular police?
Because once they get you in their claws, they play those games. They got non-limited resources to where they're gonna apply that pressure, and they're gonna put so much time on you to where it's gonna make you think. You know what I'm saying? And when you get in those federal jails, man, more people tell than you could ever imagine. You know what I'm saying? They not gonna play with you, and they letting you know, if you want a chance at coming home, this is the only way to do it. You know what I'm saying? Now we're gonna ask you if you got something you wanna tell us, because if you come back later and try and tell us, it's gonna be too late. Why? Because somebody else that already told it. So you ain't got nothing to tell. You know what I'm saying? They rough, man. It's wicked. I got a lot of people that's in the feds right now, and the games that they play, to even how they fabricate information and cut deals and side deals, to where my homie he went down on a drug conspiracy case, and he say while he at trial, he said it's a dude that came and got on the stand and told him that he sold him bricks before, and that he's told him where they met at, how they met and everything. He said he never saw this man a day in his life. But he said he told the story so good to where my man's sitting back thinking like, damn, did I sell this something? You know what I'm saying? Like he was just that convinced to where this man is telling me my whole rundown and layout, but I never saw this man a day in my life. Like, they play those types of games.
Damn.
Yeah, it's ugly.
Damn, that is rough, man. You know, I guess we don't know for sure, but it does look like people are cooperating. You know, there's two key people who haven't been arrested yet. You know, allegedly, one of the shooters hasn't been arrested, from according to the paperwork, and then also the guy that, you know, allegedly dropped the location. You know, we don't know for sure because it doesn't really say, but nobody can really understand why these guys haven't been arrested yet.
Yeah, I don't know, but what I will tell you is this: I know for certain that it's people that's telling. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's no way you'll never, in order even for them to even get the conspiracy and to get those warrants, if somebody was already cooperating. Now who, I don't know, but it's definitely some people talking, without a doubt.
That's a good point. I didn't even think about that. Right. For them to be able to get the surveillance footage, because it does say they have surveillance footage.
They got a lot of stuff, but the feds, the police in general, they only know what you tell them. They don't know nothing. They do their investigations and they sit back and people come and talk, and that's how they find out. If you don't say nothing, they don't know nothing. So the only way they find out, and this is in 95% of their cases, is somebody that gave that information. That's a fact. They only know what you tell them. That's why every lawyer or anybody always tell you, keep your mouth shut, don't talk. Because you think you're helping yourself by talking, but really you're burying yourself by putting yourself in certain locations and making it aware that you had knowledge of certain things that was going on. And that's how people get jammed up. So get in there, don't say nothing.
It definitely seems like if dudes just stuck to I want to see my lawyer, would their life would be a lot better.
Without
for
a
sure.
doubt. Without a doubt.
For sure.
Yeah.
50 Cent has been going crazy on Big Meech. You know, he's been accusing him of snitching in a third-party cooperation, you know, through a lady named Tammy Cohen's. It's kind of hard to put the pieces of the puzzle together, but, you know, the guy Cuffy, who he allegedly snitched on, is kind of the one that confirms everything and says that, yo, you know what I'm saying, that they said it in the in other paperwork, but he doesn't have the access to the paperwork because they're accusing him of being the kingpin and everything. You know, what's your thought on that whole situation?
Man, we were just talking about that too,
Man,
man.
we was just talking about it.
50 is somebody you don't want to play with like that. One of the biggest trolls in the industry. But I will say this to 50's defense. Even though we can't control what another man do, but if I put you in a position and your family in a position to make good legal money, and you come home and stand next to somebody that you know I have beef with, to where it's even been physical, and you stand next to him, I can't rock with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, one mistake could cost you your life. You know what I'm saying? Or your freedom. So even I see a lot of people saying, well, Lil Meech ain't had nothing to do with that, but in reality, that's your pops. So if I got you still around me, helping to put food on your table, which is gonna feed your pops too, then I just gotta cut you off and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's an unfortunate situation because Lil Meech is, you know, he was in a position where he was able to do good things and get notoriety for doing things outside of just being the son of Big Meech. You know what I'm saying? I think Meech made a bad decision coming home and jumping in those pictures with Ross and bringing him for the concert, which is canceled. You know what I'm saying? Like, now, all that for what? You don't even get the concert. He not even coming to do the concert.
That's crazy.
You know?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, the concert gets canceled. I mean, I'm gonna assume it's because of 50 Cent accusing him of all these allegations and everything. Probably a lot of rappers backed out. I heard Lil Baby backed out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so other rappers probably backed out. So I was surprised 50 Cent wasn't on the concert.
Yeah, I was surprised with that too. And then you know, to Meech's claim, do 50 really care if the man did cooperate? I mean, let's think about it. Let's look at the Flores twins.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He did a whole podcast with them. You know what I'm saying? With those Latin King twins that told on Chapo.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He did that, was talking about doing the film with them and all that. So I don't think he cared about the fact of Meech cooperating or whatever he's supposed to have did. I think it was more so, you go against what I'm doing, I'm gonna bring you down. You know what I'm saying? And he the man to do it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want no smoke with 50, man, at all. None. 50 is worse than Charleston White. I don't want no smoke with 50, with Charleston White, or Whack 100. They all got way too much time on their hand, and they don't stop, man. You know, so if you ain't ready to crash out, then stay away from those guys. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, you right.
$50 go hard, man. You know, a lot of people feel like 50 Cent's overreacting. I've seen a lot of comments. You know, they say that, like, you know, Big Meech helped 50 too. You know, Big Meech could have brought the BMF show probably anywhere.
That's true too. But did he really help him? Who helped who more? Because 50 had power and had all those spinoffs and all that. He already rolling, so he already got the money coming in and the platform. So it's like, yeah, I could use your story, you know what I'm saying, and can make more money and go get a bag. But I can do another spinoff right here and still make, you know what I'm saying, another bag. Versus you got the story, which Meech them did have the story, but 50 had the platform and it was already rolling. You know what I'm saying? So it's like catch-22. And 50 may have overreacted a little bit, but look at what 50 do, man. If he cut off his own son, like it's nothing that my son could do that serious that could make me cut him off like that. Me being the father, I gotta step up to the plate and try and mend that relationship or try and fix that relationship versus go back and forth with my son. Okay, yeah, he grown, but just me being me, I'm family oriented. So you know what I'm saying? I just can't do that like that myself.
That is kind of crazy. Now that you put it like that, you know, he cut off his own son. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, he sure did.
50 different.
And then his son came out and, you know, after Little Meech, after 50 posted
Teasing them and shit.
Little Meech's text message, he was like, "Oh, you think you're special?"
You thought you was special, nigga. Who told you was special?
He cut me off, goddamn.
Yeah, nah, and he just like his father. He a troll too. You know, so that's probably one of the reasons why him and his father, you know, bump heads so much, because they a lot alike, you know? From the appearance to the voice to the mannerisms to the sarcasm, like you put them next to each other, they spitting images, you know?
Damn. Do you think Little Meech was wrong for that text message?
Nah, I think Lil Meech, me personally, I think Meech was trying to salvage the relationship, like to let you know, hey, I'm with you, man. Ross, this ain't about Ross. I do business with you. My pops did that for that reason, but I'm still with you. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't know if I would have done that because at the end of the day, it's still my pops. But, you know, I'm older as well. So if I was a young that got all this shit going on and I see it crumbling, I probably would have tried to reach out and see if I can salvage the relationship to let them know, hey man, I'm still with you. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep this train moving. I don't got nothing to do with that. You know what I'm saying? That man, I'm with you. You know, so I think 50 was bogus for sharing that text. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do feel that was bogus, throwing Youngin under the bus like that. Like, but it's 50. So, you know, that's what he known. That's what he known for.
Well, you know, another guy who's been going viral is Kanye West.
Yeah.
He's been saying some really wild things, man. He has a lot of love for Nazis.
Kanye is Kanye. Kanye, I tell this story, and this is a true story. When I was coming up in the industry, I just came home from the penitentiary, so I had this sense of entitlement to where I felt like everybody that was doing something in the city, they should respect me and get on songs with me for free and things of that nature, and they didn't. So I dissed Kanye West, Twista, Cap One, which was Young Berg, all of them. I dissed all of them on the record. Twista then responded, you know, things like that, and we went back and forth a little bit here and there. And then as I got older, I realized that I was 100% wrong. Nobody owed me nothing. Them men had they buzzes and had everything going already. I had just came home from jail thinking that the city owed me something. So everybody forgave me and they understood, you know, what I was doing, and we locked in except Kanye West. He the only one that never forgave me for that. He won't talk to me, he won't mention me and nothing, he won't, you know what I'm saying? He never let that go. That man got a grudge, he held that grudge for 15 years, you know what I'm saying? And still got that grudge against me. But like I said, I gotta eat that. You know, I did diss the man for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Because I felt he owed me something. But he's always been a little different. You know what I'm saying? He's been a little different. And the things that he's saying, you know, Virgil and things like that, man, is kind of way off the wall for somebody to say that, you know, that's what people do. They use you and then keep it moving. That's what he do. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how many artists that he done had from the city to come and do writing for him, and because they got a buzz going or they moving up right now, he come and get them in the studio. I watched him do it with Ruger. I watched him do it with Keith. I watched him do it with Chop and them and King Louis and all that. And once he get what he get from him, he disappear. Tell him he gonna get on songs with him and things like that. And you never hear those songs come out. You never see them produced. You know what I'm saying? And then he disappeared. They can't even get in contact with him. So I'm not the biggest Kanye fan. I rock with him because he's from Chicago and I support my city. But I feel it's a lot of flawed actions with what he do.
When he tells people he's going to get on songs and he doesn't do it, you know, do they still back away from him at this point, or do they still mess with him because he's Kanye?
I think they still mess with him because he Kanye. They don't want to burn that bridge, you know what I'm saying, or mess up the relationship. But at the end of the day, what relationship do you have? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you tell me you're going to do something for me and you don't do it and you leave me out there, then I ain't no relationship. That's no different than when I was coming up and Gucci. We was protecting Gucci in this city. And everybody know this. Waka, he always mentioned it. Everybody. I brought out 200 people, I'm not exaggerating, to make sure that Gucci was good when he came through this city. And he like, man, I'm gonna get on a joint with you. We're gonna knock out a few songs. We're gonna come to Atlanta. We're gonna knock out songs. I went all the way to Atlanta, sat in the studio. He paid for the studio session. He like, I'll be there in about an hour or two. He never showed up. This how I locked in with Waka, because Waka and Woo the Kid and all them was in there, and we knocked out songs and did what we did in there. So I come back to Chicago. Now he got another show in Chicago months later, and he needs security. So he come and they call us, his management G-boy, they call us. I come down there and I tell him, man, listen, bro, we not going to that show with you or protecting you and none of that shit unless you knock out what you said you was gonna knock out for me. He say, man, we'll do it later after the show. I say, nah, we need to do it before the show. I'm not waiting till after the show because you're going to pull the same stunt. And he went to his room. He's like, okay, I got you. He went to his room, never came out. We left. When he heard that we left and wasn't gonna protect him, he got on his bus and he left and went back to Atlanta, and they didn't go to the show at the Joe River Center. JoJo Capone was up there waiting on him. When they hit me like, man, y'all with him? I'm like, nah, we ain't with him. He fooled. And he went home. JoJo, everybody, they can verify all that. Like, this is all facts. So it's like, if you promise me something, because I'm a man of my word, so if I say I'm gonna do something, or if I give you my word about something, I stand on that even if I gotta hurt myself to get it done. That's what I respect. I respect stand-up men who word means something. You know what I'm saying? I don't backdoor my homies. I don't snake my friends. If I call you a brother or say I rock with you, I genuinely rock with you. And that's just me. And that's what I respect.
Can we go back a little bit? How did all that start with Gucci? Like, how did you get in contact with him and everything?
Gucci had a show in Chicago, and his manager knew my manager. So he called my manager, Mississippi. He called Sip. And he told Sip, hey, I got Gucci, man. I'm managing him. He got some beef with JoJo Capone, some GDs from the city. We need some people to come hold us down. So when he called me, you know, at the time, I didn't know JoJo like that. JoJo was GDs, we vice lords. So I'm like, okay, that's cool. We go out there and make sure he cool. You know what I'm saying? JoJo called me when he heard that we was gonna be with him. So JoJo say, man, why you protecting these niggas? I said, man, I ain't protecting them. I don't even know them like that. My manager know his manager. So we holding them down on their relationship, on the strength of their relationship. And JoJo respected it. He stood down, and we was good. Me and JoJo always had a great understanding. You know what I'm saying? And a great amount of respect for each other. So he'll tell you this as well. That's JoJo and them had the man scared to death. He wasn't coming to Chicago because he knew whatever situation he had with JoJo was something serious. You know what I'm saying? And we held him down. I protected the man and held him down on several different occasions. You know what I'm saying? So when he told me he was gonna do something for me and didn't do it, I kind of took it personal, and we left him. Got up out of there. But he did eventually come back around and do the song for me. And then we got back good after that. You know what I'm saying? But he knew that he had to make it right. It was only right. You know what I'm saying? But everything happened for a reason. Because he pulled that stunt and didn't come to the studio, me and Waka locked in the studio, and Woo the Kid and them like my brothers to this day. You know what I'm saying? So that came all because Gucci stood us up. And that built a bond with me and Flock now that never broke.
Damn. Okay. So you and Gucci did end up linking up again, and you guys went on tour, right?
Yeah. I was on tour. I was on tour with Gucci. I looked out. I mean, you know, we got back good after that. You know what I'm saying? And then after him and Waka fall out, one thing that I didn't do, I don't get in between brotherhood. Like, they had a brotherhood before I even came around. So I didn't come at Gucci. I stayed out of that. But Gucci still kind of fell back from everybody. He like, you got to pick a side. And I wasn't going to go against Flock for Gucci, because Flock put me in a position to where I made hundreds of thousands of dollars rocking with Flock. And, you know, he put us on the Brick Squad Monopoly tour. You know, multiple features, multiple videos, multiple stamps. You know, when he put the chain on my neck on World Star, that took me to a whole nother level and had me on the road touring the whole Midwest. You know what I'm saying? So I'm always loyal. I'm forever loyal and grateful for Waka, man, because he put me in a position to where I was able to make a lot of money and able to take care of my people and put my people on the road and do things that they had never done before.
I've heard, you know, just from interviewing people, man, the Gucci was pretty wild.
Gucci,
like he get into a lot of shit, man, and he'll just snap on people for like random, like no reason really.
Yeah,
it's like random stuff, man.
For nothing. Like me and Gucci done had conversations. Like, I call him on the phone, and then he like, I see something on the internet where it say something happened with him, and I call, bro, you cool? And then he'll just snap like, what you mean am I cool? Oh, man, what you? And I'm like, hold on, man, you know who you talking to? He like, yeah, I know who I'm talking to. I say, bro, who the you talking to like that? Then he'll switch it up and, nah, bro, you crazy, bro. Like, you crazy. So he, you know, watching the Gucci today is a beautiful thing, man. To see him do his thing now, and it seemed like he like his wife got him on a good path, and I just love seeing him the man that he became today. Because back then he'll snap out, say anything, you know what I'm saying? He tell you he gonna do something and don't do it. His word wasn't nothing back then, you know what I'm saying? So it was. I knew the bad Gucci. Like, this the good Gucci. I respect. I wish I knew the good Gucci, man, because he cool. He cool now. You know what I'm saying? But all of them was family. Like, I was there with Nicki Minaj before Nicki blew up, when she was on the come up. So me, Nicki, Flock, OJ the Juice Man, Woo the Kid, Slim Duncan. Like, I was there when all that was going on. You know what I'm saying? And we still family to this day.
Yeah, Gucci has definitely been a lot more kickback. I would say, since he got out of jail. You know, it seemed like things been a lot better for him. You know, you were around when Gucci had his issues with Jeezy. Did you ever run into Jeezy, or is there anything that your feelings towards Jeezy at the time?
Nah, I still love Jeezy music. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't had nothing to do with that. I was with Gucci, so if we would have bumped into Jeezy, then it would have been what it was. But one thing I respect with Jeezy, I ran into Jeezy in Houston doing Trade Day weekend. I was with Trader Truth, and we chopped it up, and he was telling me, like, you know, he respect what I do. You know what I'm saying? And the game that I get of shorties, and that how we need to look at life and view life now with everything to lose. You know what I'm saying? And I respected that. I respected that. But nah, I never bumped into him. He had signed Freddie Gibbs, and Freddie Gibbs is right next door. He right in Gary, 30 minutes away. You know what I'm saying? So Freddie Gibbs had called me, and he was telling me, like, I'm signed to Gucci, to Jeezy, but I don't got nothing to do with his beef with Gucci, and we good. We in the Midwest. And I'm like, nah, we good. You know what I'm saying? He a vice lord too out there. He knew a lot of my people out there in Gary. So I tell him, nah, I ain't on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just trying to get to the money, Now, if we with Gucci and we bump into Jeezy, then, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But if it's something that, if I bump into Jeezy and ain't no friction, there ain't no problem, I don't want no smoke, that ain't my beef. It ain't my war. You know what I'm saying?
Is there any other phone calls you could talk about that you got from guys needing your help in Chicago?
As far as, now I will say this. Those were the main ones. French Montana, when French Montana come to the city, you know what I'm saying? Before he had got locked in with Durk and them, we was the ones who rolled that red carpet out for him when he hit me, man, I'm in your city, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I make sure that he good, you know what I'm saying? And it's unfortunate, I will say this, I learned that the industry is a industry to where the people who you helped on the come up and the people who may not have had nothing, and you had a bigger buzz and had more respect to them and helped them, put them in rooms and connected the dots and did things for, when they get to a certain level or feel like now they bigger, they too big, now you the little guy, they switch up and they don't be who you thought they were. You know what I'm saying? And that's happened multiple times. Like, I've been instrumental with helping a lot of artists in Chicago, you know what I'm saying? And that's a fact. I helped get a lot of artists deals. I helped put them in, they didn't have lawyers, I give them lawyers, plugged them with Navarro, helped to broker deals, get them over there with APG, got them over there with Atlantic, with Capital. Like, I've done that for multiple artists, and this is a fact. But a lot of times they forget when they blow up, and then when they have to come back down, then it's, oh, big bro, I love you. Nah, I ain't no big bro, you love me. You showed me who you were. You know what I'm saying? But my blessings continued to come because I stayed down until I came up. Like, I say this and I mean this, I don't know nobody in the city that put in work like I did, that's respected like I am in the city, that done helped as many people as I done helped in the city. And I'm finally reaping some of the fruits of my labor now. You know what I'm saying? Like, with the movie deals that we got coming up and things like that, I think it came from just me just staying down and not being somebody different because other people showed me who they were. I still stayed true to myself, man, and that means more to me than anything else.
I hear that, man. Do you have a favorite tour story out there with Gucci and Waka?
Waka's stories always is, I can't even tell those stories because I don't want to get nobody in no trouble. But those was the wildest days. Period. Now I can tell a story with Gucci when we I think we was in, I can't remember the city we was in when tried to get at Gucci, and Gucci he Deb Walker's mother stepped out in front of niggas like a gangster and made people stand down, you know what I'm saying? While some of the men was on the bus, you know. She a gangster though. She'll verify that story too. She a gangster. I respect Deb. And Deb respect me. Deb always, she tell you, if you ask her, you know Bo Deal, she gonna say that's the realest nigga I know. She always said, she called me her little big brother. You know what I'm saying? Cause she older than me, but she come to me for advice and always get my take on things. She respect my opinion when it come to situations. So that's family. But that situation was wild, and I saw, that's when I really respected Deb. I'm like, Deb is a gangster. Deb ain't scared of nothing.
Did you ever run into BMF back in the days?
Nah, I ran into BMF one day. This was before, right before they went to jail. This is when I was doing 106 Park Freestyle Friday. Me, Mississippi, all our guys, we trying to get in the club, and they like it's packed, it's sold out, you can't get in. Somebody from BMF, they come to the door, and they like, he asked the officer, the security guard, hey, you ever had a brand new car? He like, nah, I ain't never had no brand new car. He's telling, man, I go get you the title of that right now. I need to get in that club. And gave him a car, and that's a true story. You know what I'm saying? Gave him the car to get in the club. Them men, what they was doing, what BMF was doing was something I had never seen before, ever heard of. Like, it's like they was growing the money. You know what I'm saying? Hey, they was growing the money, man. They was doing things that, and when you first hit Atlanta, they got the big billboard up. The world is BMF. Like, for everybody entering Atlanta to see it, you can't miss it. We saw that like, damn, who is them niggas? You know what I'm saying? They was doing some crazy, incredible shit.
On some kind of sad news, man, about a year ago, I'm pretty sure you knew him, Yo Gotti's brother.
That was my brother.
Big Juke was killed, I want to say about a year ago now, man.
I knew him well. That was my brother. I took my brother down there to, Juke actually was the one who invited us to Yo Gotti birthday party that Angela threw for him in Florida.
Yep, at the Keys.
At the Keys, in Florida Keys. And I took him down there with me, and we went down there, man, had a great time. Man, that was, I ain't gonna lie, that right there hurt. That hurt. That was my brother. Like that was like a brother to me. He was me and Gotti my man too. Like, I ain't got nothing but love and respect for Gotti. I've been locked in with Gotti for about almost 17, 18 years. You know what I'm saying? But Juke and Keon was like my Gotti, that's my man too. But I had a more personal relationship with Juke and Five, you know. So hearing that situation was that was up, man. You know, I'm still in tune with Gotti, and I still talk to his sister, his family, some of his family, and really all the CMG. Them my brothers. That's family.
Yeah, man, it was pretty wild, you know. I had a funeral and everything, man. That was, or at the repast. My bad, at the repast.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it was definitely surprising, man. It was kind of like reminded me of the O Block situation downtown. You know, you don't really expect it to happen at that type of situation.
Yeah, and yeah,
You know?
that.
How'd you meet Big Juke?
I met Juke. We was in this when I first started doing music. So what we would do, the internet wasn't popping like that. So we'll gas up. I had my cousin had a conversion van, or maybe he had a truck at the time, and we'll gas up the truck. So every weekend we'll pick 2 cities that we gonna hit. We're gonna hit. So this particular weekend we say we're gonna hit Ohio, Cincinnati, and Cleveland. We was in Cincinnati, and Gucci old manager G-Boy asked us where we was at. We in Cincinnati. And he was like, man, Yo Gotti is in Cincinnati right now. I'ma link y'all in. And he linked us in. So just so happened we were staying at the same hotel. And Durk, so Gotti and them coming in, Gotti like, yeah, G-Boy say, like you the man in your city. Like, we gotta lock in and do something. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, man, let's lock in. We get the information. We go to the show with them that night, and that's when I locked in with Five and Durk. Gotti locked in, but then after the show, anybody know Gotti gonna go back to his room or go in the studio. He hit in the studio. Durk and Keon, after they made sure Gotti was in his room, they came down and rotated with us. You know what I'm saying? And we was locked in from that point on, all the way. Like when it come down to all the events and doing whatever, Durk was gonna make sure we knew everything that was going on. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I met him in Cincinnati.
How do you feel about the progression of the drill scene? And do you feel like the drill scene is falling off?
I don't think the drill scene can never fall off because people still drilling. The problem that I see now, the biggest problem that I see now is the fact that these shorties feel like they gotta live what they saying. So all the drill rappers right now that's doing the drill music, they all out there putting that belt on my, and ain't no winning that. Like, you can't be in the public eye doing that type of shit and thinking that them people gonna continuously let you do that without locking your ass up or without your ops catching you and putting that belt on your ass. So it's funny because I come from the I ain't gonna say drill music, the drill scene, but the gangster music, or I like to call it reality rap. But now I don't want to have nothing to do with it. Like it be a lot of artists that come to me looking for management because they know the type of relationships that I got with the executives at these major labels and everything, and they come to me like, man, bro, I need management, and I don't want no parts of that because they got so much shit going on in the streets to where I around and manage them. Now I done took on all they beef and everything, and I'm out moving around in the community, helping the community, and end up getting a bullet in my head for some shit I don't know nothing about. So I won't manage, or I try and stay away from those type of artists, man. Like, I help them here and there if they need some advice or, some connections or some plugs. I give them that, but I don't want to tie my name in with nothing that got anything to do with drill, because these shorties, they living what they talking about, which is a horrible thing because it only ends in one or two ways, and ain't now one of those ways good.
Are you ever able to be successful when trying to get these guys to slow down in the streets?
Well, you know what? I have got some people to slow down with certain things, but it's like they listen, and when you leave, they gonna get back to what they doing because they peer pressure. You know what I'm saying? I remember Durk. I remember Wook. And when you talk to Wook, ask him about this. Wook called me and he say, man, I'm tired of this. Some years ago, he said, man, I'm tired of this bullshit, bro. Like niggas just killing each other, man. See if you can I'm willing to sit down with the ops on the other side to try and stop this shit. And me and G Count had them meet us downtown at Hooters. And it was Wook, it was Smiles, it was, they had got Lil J on the phone, they had called Durk. They had, it was a bunch of people that met there trying to squash the beef, you know what I'm saying? And Wook and them, everybody was with it. When they talked to Durk, he was with it while he on the phone. But after they left, and everybody left and dispersed, I guess you peer pressure. Oh man, them we up, man. We ain't doing none of that. And they hit back and say, man, we not doing that. But Duck was with it. Everybody, all of them was with it at that particular time. And when I saw that happen, I said, you know what? I ain't gonna put my name on nothing like that again, because what happens is this. We can sit down and everybody say they cool, and now it's like Bo and G Count brought them together and they cool, and then somebody kills somebody. Then it's like, well, if Bo wouldn't have had them to sit down, that would have never happened. So just watching how everybody's so indecisive, I can't put my name on nothing like that, but that definitely happened. You know what I'm saying? Everybody reach out to me to try and, if they want to reach out to the other side or want to try and get something squashed or a ceasefire or no slide agreement, they'll reach out to me because they know that I have relationships with everybody on every side.
This was before 2020? Before, okay, so this would have been before Duck and before Vaughn passed.
Yeah, this was before all of that. This was before all of that. So they had been reaching out to me. Like, that's why when people ask me about the Push and Peace movement now, I love it. I don't care who pushing peace. I see Golden Child with his unity movement. I see FYBJ Main doing what he do. I see Mimo 600 and Ruger and them trying to bring it together. Everybody will tell you it was nobody that was pushing peace before me. Nobody. I wouldn't give a who it is. And I'm not trying to take nothing from nobody else because I love what they doing now. But I'm just saying, before it was cool, before people talked about that, I was always the one trying to unite and bring those brothers together. Back then, this was, you know what I'm saying, years ago, when it wasn't cool to mess with the other side. When Keith and Durk and Reese and them was mad at me for messing with Duck and them and showing love to Ray Ray and them and all the people on the other side. But like I told them, I'm a grown man. Like my job is to try and help you, and you. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to save y'all and show y'all that life is much bigger than what y'all ever seeing right now. You know what I'm saying? I can't get in no war with people my son age. It makes no sense. And it's not enough OGs that come and tell them. You know what I'm saying? They afraid of these shorties, but I'm not afraid of them. How could I be afraid of something that I once was? You know what I'm saying? They know I genuinely want to help, which is why they respect it. So they didn't understand it then, but as time went on, they like, man, bro, I understand that. I see what you're doing, bro. And I respect you for doing it. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nobody. I wouldn't give who it is that did more for the people coming up in the community in our city than me. Nobody. I wouldn't give who you get or who you talking about. I've been doing it. I had a song called I'm a Op because they were saying, oh, he a Op because he with them. And I said, well, if me with him, and him make me a Op, then Op me up. I'm a Op then. And this song was years ago. You know what I'm saying? And I did something so classic. I went on everybody hood and shot the video while I'm saying I rock with they ops. Mm-hmm. So they right here with me while I'm saying I rock with they ops in the video. You know what I'm saying? And then I did the remix and had Waka Flocka on the remix, King Samson, Killer Kells, IL Will, Leoski D. I had a GD, a BD Costeel, a GD, BD Stone, Vice Lord, all these brothers on the remix. It's called I'm a Op. It did a lot of views on World Star. They had it at the top of the World Star page and all that. And I was in everybody hood, let them know I rock with your op. And they right there with me, P. Rico and Lil Mister in this video, all them drill guys over there. So when I'm on the BD hood, on their side, they dropping the rakes. When I'm on the GD side, they cracking the trays, like, and all in the same video. Like I did shit that people ain't did and wasn't able to do and was too scared to do. I'm not scared of these shorties because I was once them. When I say I really was out there sliding and putting in work and really ran my organization in my hood, I really did that. So it ain't all the killers and all the hitters. I controlled them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I know their mind frame. I know how they think. I was a part of that. So so now that ain't nothing for me to be proud of. So that's why I go so hard to try and change that narrative, try and right them wrongs, try and rebuild up some of the same blocks that we helped to tear down. I owe that to the community. I owe that to my people, my hood, my community.
Damn. Oh, you mentioned knowing a lot of rappers. Did you know Lil JoJo?
I knew Lil JoJo. I got a song with Lil JoJo. If you go pull up Bo Deal, Gutterville Doe, and Lil JoJo reached out to me on Twitter. This when Twitter was popping. He said, "Man, bro, I respect you." I still got the message on in my Twitter DM. He said, "Man, I respect you, bro." He said, "Man, we Brick Squad and y'all Brick Squad. Do a song with me." I said, "You know what? I'm gonna rock with you." I did. Gutterville Doe send me the song. I send the verse back. He got my verse, and the next day or 2 days later, it was a day or two later, he got killed. And we shot the video maybe a month after that, and all his guys, his brother Swag was in the video, Killer Kills, like all they people was in the video for his part when his part came up. He got killed right after that.
What'd you think when he dropped the BDK anthem?
When he dropped that, I knew that there was gonna be problems. You know what I'm saying? Because now, see what happens when you do things like that, it take your beef away from just the small group of people you may have had problems with, and now it puts you on a larger scale to where it's like, now you at it with a whole nation. And it may be, and the crazy part about that is he had some BDs with him. Killer Kills was BD. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I know he was cool with some BDs, you know? And then I look at, that's just an unfortunate situation too, because those be really good dudes. Like when people be like, oh man, them some hoes or them some hoes, man, everybody be the same type of just on different sides. You got tough on this side like you got tough on that side. You got scary and stool pigeons and rats on that side like you got them over here. They all the same, man. That's why I don't get involved in none of that. And I let it be known though that, hey, I ain't getting in the middle of y'all beef. I with them. And I let it be known off the rip. And they respect me enough to where they don't even come and ask me about the other side. That's when you know that the respect is real. Nobody ever came to me and said, can you backdoor somebody or would you set this up or would you never? Because if you did that, it just showed me that you don't respect what it is that I stand for. And if you don't respect me or what I stand for, then I can't with you. Get on over there.
I hear that, man. Well, we had just had the Super Bowl. Kendrick Lamar performed, man. And he continues to go out at Drake, man. It's Drake tried to sue him or tried to sue the record label, at least. What was your thoughts on that whole situation?
Man, what was your thoughts? Then I'm gonna give mine. I want to see your thoughts on that.
Well, it's only so long you can stay on the top, Only so long you can stay on the top. And with Drake, it's like, they've been feeding him for so long, and you know, it's sooner or later you got to come down from the top. But you know, I feel like the lawsuit is kind of corny. You know, let's keep it hip hop. You know, it's like how much more money you want. You know, you already eating. You know.
Now I'm gonna say when it come down to the Super Bowl, I don't think that was a Super Bowl performance. Just being all the way real, it was. I think his mic was low. I like the whoever choreographed it did a great job with that. Mm-hmm. But I think the song selection wasn't. It didn't live up to Super Bowl hype. You know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of people would crucify me for that, but. And then I can't even say Drake ain't. Drake's still at the top. Drake's still, his number still is, he's still Drake. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But Kendrick, I mean, you know, I'm not the biggest Kendrick fan, but I respect Kendrick for what he do. And I don't think that performance was Super Bowl worthy, in my opinion. Because I feel like the song selection could have been better because he have better songs that could have rose to the occasion.
I've seen a lot of people complaining about that also. That they expected, a lot of his hits weren't there. I guess they're saying that's because, you know, he left TDE and a lot of those songs were under TDE. So it was, I guess it would have costed a lot of money, or it would have costed Kendrick a lot of money to to put those songs on the Super Bowl.
Oh, you see, yeah, I ain't even know that, because I couldn't imagine why he wouldn't do certain records. You know what I'm saying? Because he got some big records, he got some huge records. You know, but to have people, you know, saying, you know, to call Drake out like that and got them all singing certain lines is, man, that's insane. You know what I'm saying? And those are strong allegations. Do I feel that Drake is a pedophile? No, I don't think that. I think that he may like young girls, but I think they legal. You know what I'm saying? If they weren't legal, I think them people would be knocking on this door. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you know, it gets kind of tricky. You know, I ain't the biggest Drake fan either, you know, but I'm all about being righteous, and I'm always give my honest opinion on whatever.
Did you ever come across Drake?
I met Drake once at Flock video shoot. He was on one of, I can't remember what song it was, but he was on a remix with Waka. And I met him then, you know what I'm saying? And that was my only time meeting Drake. Drake like the president. He like, you ain't gonna get close to Drake. You ain't gonna get close to Drake unless he wants you close to him. You know what I'm saying? So that was my only time, my first and last time meeting Drake.
You mentioned you were around when Deb was managing Nicki Minaj?
Yeah, I was around when Nicki was there. I was around when before Nicki blew up. Nicki knew she was a star. Nicki would sit in that office and tell people, she'd tell Miss Norma, go get me a bottle of water. And Miss Norma like, you go get your own damn water. But she had that mind frame back then. You know what I'm saying? Nicki always been Nicki, and Nicki, she was that one, and she knew she was that one back then. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I was around for all that.
Did you guys see that in her too? So you seen it in her that early too? You guys knew like, oh,
we knew she was
gonna take off.
We knew she was gone because she was out rapping. She was out rapping everybody she was around. You know what I'm saying? So that's why when people talk about ghostwriting and all that, no, I've seen Nicki get in that booth and do what she do. Nicki, you can't take nothing from Nicki. Nobody can take nothing from Nicki.
What do you think about all the Diddy stuff going on?
I think Diddy in trouble. I think Diddy in trouble, man. I think you think he did it? Did he do it?
Man, you know, Diddy a wild boy, so you don't know what to expect. Hey, you know, he's been wild for decades, so you know, but it comes back to the situations when you piss off the wrong group of people, just like with the Drake situation, you know. I feel like, you know, so long you can do what you do, have your way, but you know, you just gotta just make sure you don't, you know, cross them wrong people, man. That's what he going through.
Yeah, I think he did it. I think Diddy is guilty of. When I saw what he did to Cassie, like you know, with me being a guy that was raised by a single mother who got sisters and daughters that I love to death, I do life for them right now. I lay down and die for them and do life for them right now. To watch what he did to that girl, drag her, kicked her, and did her, like, I want to punch Diddy in his mother face. Like, I don't respect dudes that beat on women. And a lot of times, the majority of guys that beat on women get punched by and walk away. I've seen that a million times. The most notorious women beaters won't fight a man. You know what I'm saying? I've witnessed that firsthand many times. I don't respect it. So when I saw that, whatever did he get, he deserved it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then he got beside himself. Like, I was at Waka video shoot when he did the "Oh Let's Do It" remix with Rick Ross and Diddy was in it, and just Diddy's whole attitude and how he carry himself and how he feel like he always felt like he was bigger and better than the next man and doing all that shit. He thought he was too big to come down, and what they showed you is you ain't never too big to come down. You do the wrong thing, we'll bring your ass down to size and show you that you ain't nobody. So I don't feel bad for Diddy. I think Diddy did it. I think Diddy did it, man. Look. And I think he gonna pay for it.
Damn. Yeah, man. It's not looking good for him, man. He's got an uphill battle himself. You know, they say they got videotapes and all. Yeah, I mean, I think Cassie's gonna be probably like, you know, the worst thing that's gonna happen to him is her testifying and accusing him of rape and, you know, a lot of the other stuff that she talked about in her lawsuit, man.
And I think Cassie, and I hate to say this too, but I think some of the stuff that she was doing was voluntarily. I think she wanted to do a lot of it, you know what I'm saying? And the stuff that she didn't want to do, I think she did it willingly because of whatever incentives he was giving her for doing it. You know what I'm saying? So now I am that type of guy too, to where don't jam up. Like, now if he did that for what he did do, then you know, punish him for it. But for the shit that he didn't do, like, I think everybody coming out the closet saying he did this and he did that, I think a lot of that's some bullshit, honestly.
I agree. There's absolutely some people out there lying to try to get some money.
Without a doubt.
For sure.
Without a doubt.
The thing is, you can't tell what's real and what's not real.
That's a fact.
I'm pretty sure he did some shit, but you know,
right.
He didn't do it to, what is like 100 people suing him or something?
Yeah, it's a bunch of them, man.
Every day somebody new.
Yeah, I think he just got a new lawsuit. Some guy.
The guy, son. I think he did do something to that guy, but I think he was willing, though. I think he was a willing participant.
What do you think about him having the opportunity to leave the country and not leaving the country?
I probably would have left with the type of money I got. You got to catch me when you can, because I mean, when you catch me, my ride over with anyway, so I might as well get as much free time as I can before I gotta, you know, face that demon. You know what I'm saying? So, but he was gonna get caught eventually.
Well, he probably could have went to a country that doesn't have an extradition.
The extradition. Yeah, that's true too.
Russell Simmons, I believe he's in a country right now with no extradition. There's a famous actor, a white dude, I forget his name. He's in Russia right now because he's been accused of a bunch of stuff. You know, so man, I'm just like, man, you done had all these accusations. You know what you did. You know? You could have been living in, you know, one of these countries and you know, it ain't America, but I mean it's better than prison, I'm sure.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
It's
crazy. Yeah.
Well, yeah, man. All right, Bo. I appreciate you, man.
No, for sure. I appreciate you. Let them know what you got coming up, man. Let them know where to find you at. Let them know about
Yes, sir.
everything you got.
April 1st, Battle with the Baddies, hosted by Michael Blackston. I got the first Liberian restaurant that's going to be opening up as well the first week of April. You know, trying to give the city, you know, good West African dishes mixed with the Caribbean. As well, we got Tyrant 2 dropping. We got the miniseries dropping. We got the Clarity's Revenge. It's actually going to be based on my beauty supply. So we working out here, man, you know. I'm just really trying to showcase a lot of West African sound, you know, just bring some culture back to Chicago because that's what a lot of these shorties are missing. Ain't no culture no more, you know. I feel like the drill culture has just uncivilized the youth to where, you know, when you don't have no class, no structure, no culture, you know, you just blind and dead, you know. So that's what we got going on.
So we got all that on the way, man. Tyrant 2 on the way. By the time this drop, go on Tubi and type in Tyrant, like Father, like Son 2. And then we got the series coming right after that, man. So, You know, the first one over 24 million views right now and still going. Like, so it's been doing numbers. It's been going crazy, man. So we just working, man, grinding and doing what we do, man. I want to thank you, man. You know, always being solid, man. And, you know, your platform, like I said, is one of those platforms that I respect. It's a lot of platforms that have reached out that I don't respect, and I'm not gonna speak on their names on here because I ain't giving them no shine, that I would never go on their platforms no matter what, because I feel that a lot of these platforms instigate and keep up a lot of the bullshit that's going on in our community, especially with the shorties that's dying, like they, you know. And so, you know, I respect how you do it though, man. And you know, I just want to thank you for having us, man. And you know, this is about number 5 or 6. And, hey, we locked in though, man. So keep doing what you're doing, man. Much success and much love, bro.
That's what it is, man. I appreciate you, man.
Yes,
I look
sir.
forward to all the stuff you guys got coming up, for sure.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, bro.
Love.
Peace.
What's up? This is Cam Capone. We got more content like this coming soon, so hit that like button, subscribe, and stay locked in to Cam Capone News.